Hey, what's up everyone? Bianca here from the Tricktakers, and today I've got more board game upgrades for you from Levity Games. I'm taking a look at upgrades for Parks and New York Zoo. Parks and New York Zoo are two very different games, but they both have a nature theme, and I think that is part of what really draws me to these games. Parks is about going on a hike and visiting the most national parks, and New York Zoo is about building a zoo in New York and filling all of your enclosures with animals. So the other thing these two games have in common is they both have meeples, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. So Levity Games, they make decals for meeples, and it's a really simple way and very affordable way to upgrade any game in your collection, and I'm really excited to show you these today. Now, first we have Parks. I actually already took the liberty of applying all the decals for this game, so I'm just going to show you how those turned out and you guys can take a look. And then for New York Zoo, I did apply almost all the decals for these, but I kept a few off to the side just so I could show you in the video how the decals are applied to these meeples. So, all right, let's take a look. Let's do Parks first. Now for Parks, this game is just so stunning on its own without the upgrades that, you know, I didn't even think I would ever need to upgrade this game. But then when I saw these decals, I was really excited because I just thought, wow, that's really gonna bring this game to an even higher level of beauty. So, yeah, so let's take a look. So here are the trays, which I love about this game. I'm just gonna set everything else aside because we really don't need all this other stuff. First of all, here's what the decals look like before you apply them. Now, they look white, but they're actually transparent. So when you put these on the meeples, you're just gonna see the beautiful colors coming through, and it kind of complements the hiker pieces that come in the game. So it's a very similar art style, and I really like that and appreciate that with these decals. So I'm gonna open the trays now and show you what each type of meeple looks like with the decal on it. So here we go. Okay, so first I'll show you a few water pieces. These were some of my favorites for sure. And then here are the trees. And then the suns. The suns, there's so many suns in this game. These ones took me a long time to apply. Just the sun pieces. Okay, and then the mountains. And then, I don't know if you guys want to see all of the animals, but I'll at least give you a small sampling of some of the wildlife tokens. Here are a bunch of the wildlife tokens. I think the whale and the owl are two of my favorites. I also like that fish that's there. They just did a really nice job with this. Actually, I'm going to show you one more handful of the wildlife tokens because I just think each one is unique and it's important for you guys to get a good idea of that. Parks is one of those games that already has really amazing components, so it doesn't really need upgrades per se, but I think these decals just add to it and make an already stunning game even more beautiful. Okay, so that's Parks. I would highly recommend these decals. They are a little time consuming to put on, but if you're watching a show or something on Netflix and you just feel like doing something else while you watch, this is a good thing to do. Or if you're listening to a podcast, this is a good thing to do while you listen to something. It's worth it. It makes your game look even nicer than it already was. So highly recommend these. And now I'm gonna move on to New York Zoo. New York Zoo is another game that I consider to be high production value. The art is stunning, the components are on point. So I never really thought about buying any upgrades outside of maybe a box insert, but other than that, I never really thought about it. So when Levity Games reached out to me asking if they could send me any more decals to review, and I saw that they had New York Zoo, I was really excited because what they did here is they designed artwork for the meeples that is really in line with the rest of the style of the game. And I think they do that really well for all of their upgrades, honestly. But specifically for this game, I don't know, I just love them. I think they're so cute and they just add so much character to all of the animals, and I'm just really excited to show you how these turned out. So let's open the box. Okay. Now here are the meeple decals. In the interest of time, I didn't want to apply all of these on camera because that would just take forever. So I did set a few aside just so I can do them on camera and show you guys how the application process works. We have the elephant. This is a painted one that came in the box, but there's also a blank one, so we're gonna put the decal on the blank one. There's the kangaroos, flamingos, penguins, meerkats, and foxes. So I'm gonna start with the meerkats. These ones are pretty easy to do. You just have to be pretty careful when you're peeling the stickers off because you don't want to tear them. Okay, so these are the meerkats. I'm gonna hold them up for you. And I'll move on to the foxes now. Now, the foxes are a little finicky. I did accidentally tear a couple of these while I was applying them earlier. So you do have to be very careful when you're peeling off the stickers because there are some thin parts on this one. But it does fit the meeple very well. I mean, it's like the perfect fit for all of these. It just goes right on there. The other thing I really like about Levity Games is they always provide double-sided stickers, so you can put the decal on both sides. Okay, so here are the foxes. And moving on to the kangaroos. Okay, cool. So here are the kangaroos. This is how they turned out. Next up, let's do the penguins. I love these penguins. I think they kind of remind me a little bit of the penguins from Madagascar, you know, the movie. They try to escape the zoo and make a break for Antarctica, only to be sorely disappointed. Spoiler alert. It's a pretty old movie though. So I just finished all of the penguins. So I'm going to show you how those turned out. I love these penguins. They're so stinking cute. Love them. All right, and then lastly, we have the flamingos. Now these are also kind of thin, so you want to be careful when you're peeling them off because they will tear if you're not careful. Okay, and here are the flamingos. I think these are just so cool. I think honestly, the penguins and the flamingos are my two favorite animals in this game. And last but not least, let's take a look at the elephant. So as I mentioned in the beginning, I did get a painted elephant that came in the box. So I will not be putting a decal on this guy because he already looks fabulous. But they did send a decal for the elephant that doesn't have any paint on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the decal on this elephant guy. I think the decal looks a little more detailed than the painted elephant that came with the game. I'm just gonna hold them up side by side for you so you can see the two elephants. So really, when I play this game, I can just take my pick. Whichever elephant I wanna play with, I can use. But they're both pretty cool. All right, those are all the upgrades I have for you this week. But I'd like to send a special thanks to Levity Games for sending me these decals. They are awesome. The artwork is consistent with the rest of the game. It's super cute. And honestly, all of these are very high quality. I feel like they're gonna last and they're not gonna just start peeling off or anything like that. I think these are high quality upgrades for a reasonable price and would recommend them to anyone who's interested. So that being said, I'm putting a link to the Levity Games Etsy store down below. So be sure to check that out. And that's pretty much it for now. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a like. And we do videos every other Thursday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified when our next video drops. I'll see you next time. Trick takers out.